Hey, good morning, everyone. How are you? Hey, Tammy. Hey, Yorina. How are you? Fred, Gold, JW, Bill, Mike, Ed, Joe, Alex, Mike again, different Mike. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? Let me click a couple buttons here. There we go. That one's good. Now let's come over there. All right. Hey, Susan. Good morning. How are you? Hey, I want to apologize right now. A little bit under the weather. If I sneeze or cough or something, please forgive me. I've got way too many microphones to turn off. So that's not on the air. So I'm just going to pass on that. Okay. Yeah. Hey, this thing I have on the right-hand side, this green thing right here. There's some folks that don't have the app downloaded. I learned that last night. I also learned something else that I'll talk about here in a second. And if you don't have the app, or if you're not in the trading, if you're in the trading room, everything's cool. I voice everything. But I put, and everyone in the room knows just above, you can pick up all of this. I cleaned up everything that, wasn't mine in there. But you can see what I send out on alerts. I'll be closing TSLL today. And the times, by the way, that's my time and I'm in Central Time. We closed TSL, bought there. Yesterday I bought some Apple out of the money July calls, but all that information is there. And if you have the app, you can be sitting in the doctor's office like I'm going to be in about an hour or so from now, looking to get some medicine. And you'll get these alerts and you'll know what's going on. So if you don't have that app downloaded, that is very, very important to do. Now, you have to be a member to receive this, to get this app. But a member consists of everybody that's on a $7 30-day trial to everyone that is a lifetime member and everybody in between. Okay. So please get that app down delivered. I also learned something else yesterday, and I appreciate the emails because I received some emails last night on this. And it's the way I sent an email out that prompted people to say, hey, we have a problem. To my surprise, there are some folks that are not on social media. Look, I don't blame you, okay? But if you're not on social media, you're missing out on charts we put out on social media. You're missing out on a lot of stuff. I'm not trying to get you to join social media, okay? If I could not do it, I wouldn't do it either. But in the mornings now for our live, since some people can't log into the, through social media or YouTube, our free room is now open. So this is going out to non-member, going out to everybody. But if you're a non-member and you want to participate in our live charts and targets right now going on, the live trading room is open and that eliminates social media for you. So, anyway, think about that. Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Rick, and I'll welcome you to the Charts and Target. We start at 8:45 a.m. Eastern every morning, Monday through most Fridays, because some days I take off. And don't forget to subscribe. Remember to give us a like, subscribe here. Click that little red button on YouTube, and you'll receive alerts when we do have a new YouTube out. It was interesting. I don't know what it was about an email I sent out, but I got lots of questions last night back. One is, I'm a short-term trader. I trade 1 to 15 days, overnight to 15 days. I trade pullbacks, or what we call PBOs. So for instance, I have the SPY right here. See right there? We're setting up for a PBO. Now that doesn't mean that's a buy right now, but that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for charts that do this. Rally up and then pull back to a buy area. And then I want to see a buying candle in there. And then what we want is to profit 1 to 15 days up. Okay. So that's very typical on how I trade right there. What else? I've got some notes over here. All right, let's talk about the market. Oh, I have a question here. Hey, Val, good morning. How much time off between Eastern and Central? 1 hour. 1 hour. So right now, my time is 7:50 a.m. East Coast time is 8:50 a.m. So I'm 1 hour behind. Okay. All right, let's talk about the market here. One, the bulls are they're in a beautiful trend. I mean, they really are. Price is above the T line. T line is above the trend indicator. That right there, to me, is golden. That is absolutely golden. A benefit is we're above the 50-period moving average. Now, that can be extended, but right now, that's a benefit. Extended like too much above. A benefit, we're above the 50% retracement. So this is showing me that we are in a very nice bullish trend. But no matter what kind of bullish trend you're in, you can get to a place where you're overbought. And when you're overbought, that's where we get these pullbacks like this. And that's what's happening right now. Now, that's not to say that we're not going to, just start shooting up today. We could. We absolutely could. This could be where the buyers start stepping in. But seeing how it's pre-market, let's get the market open. Let's follow the chart here, okay? When we closed yesterday, this is the 15-minute chart on VXX, and you can see that it was up a little bit. You can see that T2122, let me go to the 15-minute. T2122 was still good, still looking great, but it wasn't exciting, okay? Mostly because the VXX was up. So a little bit of caution. And again, I think we're a little overbought in this market here. Let's see, Bill, can you put up the green trade up in a few minutes? You mean this page right here? Right there. All I did was copy what's above you. It's all above you there. Okay, but I just copied and cleaned it up is what I did. And I posted that out there this morning. But yeah, take a snapshot of it. Yeah, or whatever you want to do there. Thanks, Susan. I plan to in a little bit here. All right. So, whoops, let me get this out of the way. Sorry, too many screens, too many things going on. All righty, let's take a look at some trades here. Where's my trades? Oh, let's take a look at AFRM. I think AFRM is still a very nice chart. We talked about that yesterday. I came close to buying it yesterday, but instead I bought Reddit. We'll go look at that in a minute. I think AFRM still has a move up. Notice some things when I'm looking at trades. Some things that I want to look at is what is the SPY doing? All right, SPY and Qs. I look at those. Let's see, just Qs. I look at those. So if we're moving bullishly there, and we're moving bullishly in this chart, and the chart is set up on the hard right edge, then that's what I'm looking for to trade. 1 to 15 days, moving up like this. Now, here's a trade that I'm currently holding in the larger account, VST, currently up 16.74% at the close yesterday. So I'm going to be down a little bit right here. But you can see that what it's doing. It's, let's get this out. Our price is above the T line. T line's above the trend indicator, right? Bonus, we're above all these moving averages. Look what the chart's doing. Low to a high, to a higher low, to a higher high, to a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. I chose to trade in this area right here. So doing quite well there. Here's one, CLS, currently up 100% at the close yesterday. So you can see that again. It's the same setup. Let's make that blue. My trade was in there. And you can see what it's doing. Go to pen, sorry. There we go. Price above the T line above the trend indicator. SPY and the Qs are all doing great. You can see how we're going from a low to a high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Everything is the same. All right. So, and granted, everything has got to be running bullishly. Okay. When everything runs bearishly, then you switch bearishly. If things are running choppy, go put your thumbs in a pie or something and step away. You know, choppy is just going to chop you up, is all it is. So anyway, here's some. Let's take a look at some trades that I think are setting up pretty good here. FCX. Take a look at FCX. Is that not doing what we want it to do? So let's take a look at this hard right edge and come down here. Price above the T line above the trend indicator. A few bonuses. We're above the 50-period moving average. We are testing that 50% retracement, and you do have the 200-period moving average there. If you don't like those, don't trade that chart. Trading is that simple, okay? Line the charts up to what you like to trade. Me, I think I'm perfectly fine. I'm waiting for an entry point in this one. Sean points out Walmart. Yeah, Walmart is, well, it's all over the place. I looked at it this morning and it was up. Now it's kind of down. They're having earnings, so we'll see how Walmart plays out. But when I look at Walmart, here's what I see here. We have a trend that's up and we're pulling back. We're holding the trend indicator. So I'm watching this for an entry. I prefer the long side on it, but I'll certainly short it if it starts to break. And it might move down to right there. 50% retracement or the 50-period moving average. Another chart, CMG. Take a look at CMG here. What a great looking chart this is. So what I like about this chart is our consolidation that we have going on here. You can see that the trend is up. Price is above the T line. T line is above the trend indicator. This is our 50% retracement mark right there. Also happens to be the 200-period moving average. We get through that. I'm going to look at about $58. I'm not in this one yet, but I'm very interested in it. SMCI. Am not in it. I'm waiting for the pullback. Now, it's stocks like this that if you have the app, then when I see it setting up, I'll post in the app. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, but you have to be a member somewhere between a 30-day trial to a lifetime, okay, to receive. That's one of the member benefits. But you'll be able to see that, and I'll post in there, we're buying it, or maybe I'll just post it's setting up for a buy right now. Target, we're already at the 50% retracement. If we fall down a little bit more, that will be another target. But right now, I'd be looking around that 49, then somewhere around 54. We can tighten that up as the market starts to open. Let's see, what is it? Oh, HUT. Let's look at HUT. I got to watch the time. HUT. Here's HUT. We came right up to the 200-period moving average. It got it. We're a little bit overbought. Plus, we're at the 200. We're getting that pullback that we're looking for, a PBO, pullback opportunity. So I have this on my watch list, waiting for the alert, the price action to tell me that buyers are stepping in, and then I want to step in right with them. Hey, S, good morning. You're looking at STLD. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful trend, right? Price above the T line above the trend indicator. Bonus, we're above that 50% retracement. And by the way, a bonus could be below the 50% retracement using it as a target. But now that we've broken out, tested it, we've rallied up. Looks like we tested again pre-market. That looks like it's going pretty good. Let's flag that one, put it on our watch list. Thank you. Good morning, Vernon. How are you? Hey, Coach. Good morning. Daryl. Good morning. Daryl. Good morning again. Long idea for RSI. Let's see here. RSI. Look at there. Look at RSI moving up. Here, let's do this. So if you're already in it, fantastic. let's draw a line from the top down. So we're taking on that 50% retracement. Right now, I would want to see a little bit of a rest or pullback. I'm personally not really big on trading gaps. If it's a gap and it holds for a couple of days, then I might. But just to jump in the gap, I'm just personally not into that too much. Beautiful chart, though. So I'm going to put this on the watch list. I'm going to let this thing pull back because guess what? Every stock pulls back. Every one. What we don't know is will it pull back today or pull back tomorrow or the next day? But I guarantee you it will pull back. And that's what we watch for. Those rallies and those pullbacks, profit-taking pullbacks that offer entry levels for the next move up like that. So thank you for that one. We'll keep our eye on it. Let's see, SOUN. Yes, that's also on our watch list. And see how that rallied up? Here we've pulled back. See this green box down here, right there? All that is constructing a reversal bottom is what this is. Just a second, please. I apologize again. What this is just constructing a reversal bottom. And here we've broken out of that bottom. Now that we've broken out, we're going to get a little rest. We are from that shooting star up there. Shooting star doesn't mean it's going to tank and die forever. That's not what a shooting star means. Not anywhere on a chart is that what it means. It means you're going to get a pullback is all it is. So here we're back. I mean, I can't make that judgment call pre-market because pre-market is a lot of wishful traders in many cases. So let the market open up. Let's wait till the buyers start stepping in, showing good support in here. And then this might be a very nice buy. And it's really nice because from this level here up to that 50% retracement, which will be one of my main targets, is almost 38%. That is sweet. 1 to 15 days. How can you go wrong with that? Nice little chart. And then before you get there, you'll see about 1355. And then after that, you might see 17 in the 1780s there. So new set up. Very, very nice. I guess it's so new. So something like that. Let's see. Hey, Hydro, top of the morning to you too. Personally, I think it's a great day to sit on your hands, maybe go golfing. Could be there, Coach. MW, can I look at AAL? Absolutely. AAL. I think AAL might be a little bit in the overbought area. Just needs maybe a little more rest, a little more pullback. But outside of that, I think the chart is absolutely wonderful. Price is above the T line. T line is above the trend indicator. A bonus, it's also above the 50-period moving average. We just need a little more rest in there, I think. But it is definitely one we need to have on the watch list. Thank you. I'm putting that on the watch list, okay? So we'll watch for that one. And let's look for targets to the upside. So I'm going to take it not from this top. I'm going to take it from right here all the way down to the low. So you can see that 50% retracement happens to be right about that 200-period moving average. Once we enter it, assuming we do, that's going to be one of the target areas. So I would like to see an entry a little bit lower, somewhere around that 1130 mark. That'll give us almost a 14% profit to the 50% retracement. And then if it does find support there and more buyers, now we're looking at 24% and then maybe 36%, 34% up here. So AAL looking good. Let's see, what else do we have here? Another one is VSCO. Yeah, look at that. Now this is another one it's a little bit overbought, so we have to let it breathe a little bit, let it move back a little bit, or if it wants to stay sideways, the T line here will catch up to it. Then we might get that buying opportunity in there. Let's move over here. I'm going to take that high. You can see where our 50% retracement is. 200 period moving average, and all those are great target areas, okay? eBay. eBay, somebody in the room looked at eBay yesterday, and honestly, I don't like eBay, okay? Just a second. I got to keep my throat a little bit wet. I don't like eBay. And the reason I don't like it is I think price looks like, well, shit, to be honest with you. I mean, look at all that. Oh my God. I mean, you got sellers all over the place on this thing. So I don't particularly like it. But with that said, price is hanging out good. We're above, the T line's above the trend indicator. We're above the 50 period moving average. You can clearly see a trend is there. So, for somebody, they might make a lot of money, but it won't be me. I just don't like eBay. Let's see what we have here. Dick's Sporting Goods. Yeah, I saw this morning they're buying Foot Locker. Let's look at Uber. Uber looks great. Little profit-taking pullback. See right here. Little profit-taking right there. Profit-taking right there. Profit-taking. And how do you tell the difference between profit-taking and a full-blown reversal? It's all about trend. It's real simple. So notice here, right here. See how we stayed above the T-line trend? T-line stayed above the trend indicator. See here, we stayed above the T-line. T-line's above the trend indicator. See here, we're currently above the T-line. We stayed above the trend indicator. That's simple profit taking is all that is. Minor little dip. Uber looks good. Let's flag that one too. Thank you for that. Waited it out. Anton, I'm not sure what you mean by waited it out. Maybe you could help me out there. Oh, I see. You've got a whole bunch there on eBay. Yeah. Looking at price. Yeah. Price is all over the place. Yeah. I don't like eBay here, but somebody does. And it might make some good money for you. Let's see. XOM long. Yeah. I don't, it may be. Okay. Everyone has their own rules in trading. A couple of things I do is I rarely buy dojis, rarely, unless they're in a good solid trend. To me, this is not a good solid trend. And the reason is because I want price above the T-line and I want the T-line above the trend indicator. In this case, we're below. Now I can draw a trend line there and you can clearly see that trend, but that's not the trend I trade by. We've got a fair amount of resistance right through here, all of that. So I'm not seeing XOM as a long right now. Now, if today was to do something like this, well, I just might change my mind. But right now, picking bottoms is just not the answer. I don't think picking bottoms is a good way to trade, honestly. So, we can throw it on the watch list, but yeah, let me know what you do with it. Okay. Hey, Val, DVN setting up. Let's see here. It is. I like that. We're back above the 50 period moving average. Not bad right there. Price is above the T-line. T-line's above the trend indicator. I like that. You can see that we've broken out over those highs. That looks good. Target up here. You can see the dotted deuce as a target. Couldn't get through that. Maybe it's pulling back to bring in more money to break through than the 200 period moving average up there. I'm going to look at the weekly on this. You can see you've got a little bit of resistance right in here to get through, but a nice target up there to the 50 period moving average. Okay. Hey, Yorina, good morning. I started to chat on the group's Facebook site for sharing info and primary scans for TC2000 if anyone is interested. Thank you very much, Yorina. Yeah. Throwing it out for those interested. Yeah. Susan, SEDG. Sorry, I saw you posted that a minute ago, and I didn't mean to skip over you, not on purpose. EDG. There we go. Wow, let's flag that. Beautiful move up. We get a little overbought up here, get a little over the skis, 2 feet over the skis there. Here we pull back. We're setting up for a nice 3/8 trap. That just might be a nice entry area right there. Let's watch what that does this morning. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Take a look at that weekly chart. We're putting in a very nice bottom here on the weekly, and that's got some serious upside potential to it, doesn't it? Let's do this. Wow. Wow, yeah. I'm going to take this. Let's remove this from this gap area here down. All right, there. There we go. Man, that's massive. So we're in that bottoming construction area, and that's huge. That's 93%, 90% up to the just in the construction area alone, and then back up here to that 50% level, over a 200%. Let's keep our eyes on that one. Thank you very much, Susan. I appreciate it. All right. Hey, guys, I've got to wind it down here, so just a couple more, okay? John R., I would really appreciate a training of your watch list management techniques, maybe next month. Would you be so kind to send me an email? Be very detailed on what you're looking for, John. Be very, very detailed, okay? And I would be more than happy to do that. Thank you, because sometimes we look very hard for something to talk about. But please do that. All right. And no matter the detail, frivolous or not, put it in there, because it might spark something for me, that is a little different, but is along those lines. So thank you very much for that. Hey, Bal, looking at DBX. There we go. Yeah, DBX is setting up. Look, anytime you get a trend and we get a pullback here like this, profit-taking pullback, the market is doing fairly well. And the market is doing well. A little bit overbought, but doing great. Man, these are buying opportunities in here. And it just, somewhere along the lines, you've got to have that rule. Where do you buy? Do you buy, here, a breakout, or maybe a breakout of this area up here? And those are things we can talk about in the room or on a webinar. But right now, I am out of time. Okay, I am out of time. I want to thank everybody. Remember that we start here at 8:45, Monday through Friday, most Fridays, because I do take Fridays off, all Fridays off sometimes. So hope to see you here, and thank you very much. We'll see you guys in the trading room in just a few minutes.